Have you ever noticed something strange in school? There are always those students who study just one day before the exam and still end up topping the class. And then there are students like us. We study 10 to 12 hours a day. We try to work hard, but the marks still don't reflect that effort. After some time, we start telling ourselves, maybe I'm just an average student. But what if I told you something surprising? You don't need to study 12 hours a day to score high. In fact, if you study smartly for just 6 hours, you can sometimes get better results than studying 12 hours the wrong way. I know this sounds crazy, but trust me, this works because I've personally used these techniques to score high in exams. And today in this video, I'm going to share 5 powerful study strategies that can instantly improve your productivity and help you score better. No matter if you're in class 10, 11, 12, or even college, these tips will work for you. And among these 5 tips, tip number 3 is the most powerful one. So if you're ready, let's begin. The place where you study matters more than you think. A dedicated study spot can dramatically improve your focus. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was preparing for exams, I used to sit in the same corner seat in my classroom during study hours. For almost 8 months, I studied in that exact spot. And whenever I sat there, something strange happened. My mind automatically switched into focus mode. I would start a 60-minute timer, open my book, and set a target, like solving 60 questions in 60 minutes. During that time, nothing could distract me. Calls didn't matter, messages didn't matter, drama in life didn't matter. For those 60 minutes, I wasn't just a student, I was someone completely focused on solving those questions. Then once the 60 minutes ended, I took a 10-minute break, drink water, talk to friends, relax a bit. But when the break ended, I went back and activated the focus mode again. Your brain slowly starts associating that location with deep concentration. Studying continuously for long hours is actually inefficient. Your brain gets tired and productivity drops. Instead, study in short focused sessions. For example, study for 60 minutes, then take a 10-minute break. Repeat this cycle 3 or 4 times. This method helps your brain reset and recharge, so when you come back, your focus is stronger. You might have heard about the Pomodoro technique, where people study 25 minutes and take a 5-minute break. Personally, I prefer 60 minutes of focus because it allows deeper concentration. But the best method is to experiment and find what works best for you. This is one of the most powerful study techniques. Instead of studying like a student, start studying like a teacher. A teacher cannot just pretend to understand something. They must fully understand the concept before teaching it. But many students do the opposite. They read something once and tell themselves, yeah, I get it, even when they actually don't. So here's what you should do. After studying a concept, close the book. Now try to explain the topic out loud as if you are teaching someone else. If you can explain it clearly and simply, you truly understand it. If you can't explain it, then you need to study it again. There's a famous quote by Albert Einstein: if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. Another part of this method is asking questions to yourself. Instead of writing long notes, write important questions. Then later, try answering them without looking at the book. This technique is called active recall, and it's one of the best ways to move information from short term memory to long term memory. Here's a powerful rule called Parkinson's Law. It says, work expands to fill the time available for its completion. For example, if you give yourself 3 hours to solve 20 questions, you will probably take 3 hours. But if you give yourself 1 hour, your brain suddenly becomes faster and more focused. That's why you should always set clear targets and deadlines. For example, I will solve 40 questions in the next 60 minutes. Deadlines force your brain to work faster and smarter. This rule is called the Pareto principle. It states that 80% of results come from 20% of the effort. In exams, this means something interesting.